Like, it was more so of back and forth, and then once I got tired, then it was like a little, like he picked up a little bit. But it was nothing like crazy, like.
Right.
Nothing was wrong with that show, man. Good move, Ken. Tank know that move. He's stepping around. Good work.
Because he believes that Floyd couldn't take that someone else is in the limelight. Like, he couldn't stomach it. So Floyd Mayweather seeking the attention.
Floyd Mayweather has released sparring footage showing Gervonta Tank Davis getting knocked out. The move comes after Tank accused Floyd of putting him in a lose-lose situation and trying to control his career. Now that Davis has left Mayweather's camp, it seems Floyd is hitting back, trying to damage Tank's image and reputation in public.
I was in a lose-lose situation now. What came out still on top?
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
This little situation that he put me in to, make me lose, but he thought I was.
You talking about like a boxing match or?
Yeah, boxing match.
Who, if you don't mind? If you don't want to, it's fine. Who?
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 21 at the time, and I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, So when they came back and it was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You sitting on the shelf. So I had to fight him. In the midst of all that happened, I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. So now, and remind you, I'm letting them boxers that you talking about, I'm putting them on game, letting them know what's going on. Like, see, this was happening. Like, you feel me? I'm letting these guys know. So when it be like people saying they want to fight me, it's
like, how could you, nigga? I was the one that was giving you game when I was going through it.
Yeah.
When I was at the lowest part of my career, I was telling y'all niggas how so you wouldn't have to get here. And now it's like betrayal almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think Floyd did that intentionally?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Why? After so much time, after I guess, again, after what we think, he helped you come into the game, he gave you the spotlight, like why would he try to diminish your career?
Because at that time, I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to bring up but it was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat.
When asked about his split with Mayweather, Gervonta Davis spoke calmly but honestly. He said he realized Floyd always put himself first and that it was never about loyalty. For Davis, it became clear that control and image mattered more to Floyd than trust. He says he's moved on and doesn't regret leaving the past behind.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, this is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you. He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. He basically said, I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you, And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. That's what I was told at the time. So
Ryan Garcia has stirred things up again by repeating an old rumor that Gervonta Davis was knocked out in sparring. Garcia insists it's not just locker room talk. He says people in the boxing world already know it's true. He even claims Mayweather has hinted at it himself before.
Like I said, he's delusional. But one thing I do know is he did get knocked out by somebody in Floyd's gym. Everyone knows it. Every single person knows. Everybody over here has heard that story. And I don't want to hear no lies. You guys all know he got knocked out cold by some Russian. I don't know if he was a Russian fighter. Somebody knocked him out cold.
An old sparring video recently surfaced showing Devin Haney getting the better of Gervonta Davis. And fans quickly noticed it was leaked by Floyd Mayweather himself. In the clip, Davis is on defense while Haney controls the action. This wasn't just a random highlight. Many believe Mayweather released it on purpose, trying to make Davis look vulnerable and shift attention away from his former protege's strengths.
Ask the question. it ain't even worth asking because it was a one-way deal. Only one man controlled it. And that was Devin Haney.
Gervonta Davis didn't stay quiet. He spoke out about sparring with Devin Haney, claiming that every time he started gaining momentum, Mayweather would stop the session. Davis said this happened more than once, making him feel like the sparring wasn't fair. It left him wondering if Mayweather ever really wanted him to shine in the first place.
Adrian had the weigh-in. So from his weigh-in, they meet us at the food spot. So from there, we go to the gym. So remind you, they already got this set up. Floyd already got it set up. He already posted on Instagram. It probably was like 100 people in there, and he turned the heat up. That's what Floyd do. He turned the heat up in the gym while you in there. So he turned the heat up. Boom. We spar, but while we sparring, Floyd is in the ring. Like every time I'm punching, Floyd like grab my hand, like yank it back. Whereas though I can't even punch Devin. So it was times that like I catch Devin, boom, or I'm about to swing and Floyd like yank my hand back, or he'll push me to the ropes. Like he was actually like touching me while we was sparring. Like
why?
Like, he was, cause it was like Devin was his guy, cause Devin was training at his gym at the time. So, and he was training with his father. So, Devin was on. I mean, Floyd was on Devin's side.
Sounds
so
like
that's
a conspiracy to me.
Yeah, but later down the line, probably about like a couple months. No, this was recently. Not recently, but probably like 2 years ago. I asked Devin to like come to like spar me. And he was like, "No, I ain't no sparring partner." I had somebody hit him up that was close to him.
Davis also called out a pattern with Mayweather, especially how he would steal the spotlight. He recalled one major press conference where, instead of backing him, Floyd scheduled his own media event the same day, pulling all the attention away. Davis felt it wasn't a coincidence. He says that even during his biggest moments, he felt more sidelined than supported.
Mayweather ghosted him. Didn't show up to his press conference. Said the nigga had a press conference today, the same day as my press conference. No matter how much money you have, you can still be a jealous motherfucker. Tank went on to say that Floyd is jealous of him, that he has a lot of jealousy and envy in his heart. Well, Floyd didn't take too kindly to it.
To make things worse, Mayweather didn't even show up to one of Gervonta Davis's major events. Fans noticed right away, especially since Davis was still signed with Mayweather Promotions at the time. The message was clear. Davis was on his own for Tank. Floyd's silence said more than words ever could, and it made people question whether Floyd truly had his back.
After seeing what I seen when Gervonta Davis was talking about the beef between him and Floyd Mayweather and how he wanted him to lose against Jose Pedraza, when I watched the end, when they was announcing Tank as the winner, you can see Floyd Mayweather in the back just looking salty, wiping his nose. He not even really clapping. He looking like, damn, this nigga beat the odds. But y'all, this shit is crazy. Look at this photo. Look how Floyd is looking at Gervonta like, damn, I wanted you to lose for real. The whole fight hit different. Y'all need to go watch it over. This shit crazy, fool. So if people don't know, allegedly the beef stemmed from Floyd Mayweather's daughter Snapchatting Gervonta on Snapchat. I'm guessing people when Floyd Cam got wind of that and they told Floyd like, hey, I think Gervonta knocking your daughter boots. Floyd said, Gervonta knocking my daughter boots? Nah. Then they showed on the proof. They like, look, the proof is in the pudding and he's all up in it. She's Snapchatting him. Floyd couldn't believe his eyes. He said, this nigga, man, after I bet him on, that's how he gonna do me? He gonna do my daughter? So next thing Gervonta know, Floyd didn't even talk about it. He didn't even bring up the situation that his daughter was getting but doink. He just told him, your next match is against a world title holder named Jose Pedraza. And Gervonta goes, oh, Slim, I don't think I'm ready for that. And Floyd said, well, you better get ready, because if you don't take this fight,
I'ma hang you on the shelf. You gonna be washed up. So in Gervonta's mind, all the odds were stacked against him on this fight because he had onlookers that was supposed to be in his camp wishing him to lose. Just over a mishap because he said he didn't knock Floyd Mayweather daughter boots off. He said she sure wanted him to get that thing dusted though.
Even after Davis scored a big win over Jose Pedraza, Mayweather didn't look pleased. Cameras caught him at ringside, looking tense and annoyed instead of celebrating. Fans picked up on it immediately. Some believed Floyd wasn't happy because Davis was rising too fast, and maybe even starting to outshine him.
He the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. I seen his people's drive by while I was running. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
As Davis geared up for a fight against Frank Martin, new rumors surfaced. People claimed Mayweather had shared Davis's training footage with Martin's team and even gave personal tips on how to beat him. If true, it would be a major betrayal. Then, just before Davis's rematch with Lamont Roach, another old sparring clip leaked, again showing Davis in a tough spot. The timing made fans suspicious. Many believe it was Floyd trying to shake Davis's confidence and stir up doubt right before a big fight.
And now it's Gervonta Davis. He had basically said that some people are just jealous-hearted, and basically it looked like he was alluding to Floyd Mayweather having his press conference with the Anderson Silva card on the same day because he believes that Floyd couldn't take that someone else is in the limelight. Like he couldn't stomach it. So Floyd Mayweather, seeking the attention, decided to try to upstage him, which Floyd has done that in the past. Like you look at the fight with Canelo versus Golovkin, everybody was looking forward to that fight, and then out of nowhere Floyd announced that he was fighting Conor McGregor, and it kind of stole the steam away from Canelo Golovkin, and it took the sails out of it took some air out of the sails of Canelo Golovkin because people were looking for that fight, and people were like, oh, okay, that's the best fight in the calendar. But then Mayweather and Conor McGregor, just their personalities, they came with this crazy energy and a press tour, and it just diverted attention away. So he has done it before, but now he's being accused of doing it to his own fighter by the fighter himself, possibly, because again, it was subliminal, and then that's what people are thinking. So Floyd responds to this, and he says, as far as me being jealous of anyone, and I'm not talking about my fighters, I mean, God has truly blessed me and put me in a position to be able to give back to my fighters. If giving back is jealousy, then that's what it is. Fighters and individuals are going to feel like they want to feel. And my job is to always be a bigger person and continue to stay positive.
Davis hasn't held back. He says Floyd Mayweather struggles when the spotlight isn't on him. Even when fighters under his promotion succeed, Floyd finds a way to make it about himself. Whether it's a surprise interview, a new exhibition, fight, or a social media post, Mayweather always makes sure he stays center stage. Davis believes Floyd felt threatened by his rising fame. As the comparisons between them grew louder, instead of supporting Davis, Mayweather seemed to pull away.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the say Terrence Crawford should fight? Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
Next in line. This way, next in line. Is there like a last question? Is there like a love hate or like the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And he
I feel too.
Cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
Davis says it felt like Mayweather didn't want a new star taking over, especially one with knockout power and mainstream appeal. Whenever Davis was the topic, Floyd would shift the conversation back to himself. Whether it was during press tours or interviews, Davis felt constantly overshadowed. For a fighter trying to build his own name and legacy, it became frustrating and limiting.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're gonna know. In the least amount of fights, you know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
In their first fight, Lamont Roach gave Gervonta Davis more problems than most expected. His timing, defense, and sharp counterpunches exposed weaknesses in Davis's usual game plan. Roach also used his footwork to avoid big shots and keep Davis from landing clean combinations. The performance made analysts rethink how unbeatable Tank really is and gave Roach a big boost of confidence heading into the rematch.
Lamont Roach draws with Tank Davis in a 12-round championship fight for the ages. The 135-pounder Tank could not knock out the 130-pounder in Roach. This was a very close fight. How did it all happen? Let's talk about it. So this fight really got going in the 5th round. Tank did his classic download of information in the first 4 rounds. Then in the 5th and 6th, he starts opening up on Lamont, and we're thinking, okay, Tank's gonna knock him out soon. But in the 7th and the 8th, Lamont came back and started taking it to Tank, even wobbling Tank a little bit with a straight right in the 8th. In the 9th round, something really weird happened. Tank took a knee and ran back to his corner to get his face wiped off. I thought he forgot his mouthpiece at first, but he must have had something in his eye. But here's the thing, no point was taken away from Tank in that round for taking a knee. If a point was taken, then Lamont would have won the fight. Those two 114-114 scorecards would have had 1 less point for Tank. I just came to that epiphany. But in the championship rounds, this fight did not slow down. On my scorecard, I gave 10, 11, and 12 to Roach. He was landing the much cleaner shots. You could tell Tank was getting pissed every time he missed and Roach would land. I don't know, after reviewing this whole fight, I thought Roach won, but I'd have to go back and look very closely at those first 4 rounds. Tremendous fight, though. I want to see a rematch. What did you guys think of the results? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.
In their first fight, Lamont Roach gave Gervonta Davis more trouble than expected. His timing, defense, and sharp counters showed cracks in Davis's usual style. Roach's footwork also made it hard for Davis to land clean shots. After that, performance, analysts started to question just how unbeatable Tank really is, and Roach gained a big confidence boost heading into the rematch.
Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach is staying as a draw, which is because Gervonta Davis obviously took a knee and it should have been counted as a knockdown, but it wasn't. But this just means that Lamont Roach is going to take Gervonta Davis in the rematch, unless Gervonta Davis ducks the rematch with Lamont Roach because he knows he's going to get it once again.
If I get touched,
You come.
I'm coming on that.
Veteran fighter Mikey Garcia shared his thoughts too. He says Davis can win the rematch, but only if he stays fully focused. Garcia warned that all the outside drama, especially anything involving Mayweather, could be a real distraction. If Davis tunes out the noise and sticks to his basics, Garcia believes Tank has what it takes to come out on top.
And hopefully,
I think Tank wins in the rematch.
Why?
I think he'll make the right adjustments and he won't take too long to fight. He kind of gave a lot of the round away sometimes. I think he'll be more active and then he'll win. But big props to Roach for his last fight and performance. Surprised everybody.
Right.
I think he was robbed from the victory. Again, that knockdown should have been a knockdown.
Right.
But whatever, he gets a rematch, you know. And maybe they get a third fight, you know, after that. Who knows? Maybe
it turns the market back out.
Maybe it turns out to be another great fucking matchup, and they say, you know what, let's run it back.
Right.
And maybe that controversy from the first fight actually helps Roach fucking get 3 fights out of it instead of just the one, or you know, you never know. So hey, things happen for a reason, and I think he did really well in his first one. Hopefully he puts on a great fight, even if he were to lose, but in a great fight, shit, he'll get a third fight.
Right.
You know,
Mikey, what do you make of him saying he wants to go to therapy to fix his like mental health, but not yet because he doesn't want to get fixed yet because he needs that edge?
I'm not a psychiatrist, bro. I don't know. Everybody's a little different. What I got to say is, like, if you're dealing with any mental health, it seems to be a very common thing. And if you don't feel that you're 100% dedicated or 100% capable of blocking out, you know, personal life issues or whatever to get in the ring, then don't get in the ring. Don't get in the ring. Now, if you're,
it seems like a lot of fighters,
if you're
going through stuff and they get in the
if you're going through stuff and you feel like maybe it's helping, like he says, maybe it's helping him do it.
That's a wrap for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and see you next time.